Everybody. I'm Mackenzie. A lot of people just call me Kenzie. So like I said before, I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I play women's golf here at CMU. This is my first year, first semester. So yeah, and I'm majoring in business marketing at the moment with a minor of sports management. And then before kind of moving into the collegiate life, I played ice hockey, obviously being from Canada, that was kind of like a staple athletic that you had to do growing up. I also played field hockey and badminton for my high school through grade 9 to grade 12. Yeah. So my journey, it was definitely a challenging journey for me. I started very late. I started in my grade 12 year, and then I was kind of struggling with where I wanted to go, and then kind of just wondering if I started too late. I knew I wanted to go Division I NCAA, but obviously a lot of schools, they do their recruiting pretty early on for their years. So it was a challenging journey for me. But I had lots of support through my personal coaches and my team back home. My parents didn't really know what to do. My sister she played golf as well, but she didn't pursue it in any way collegiately. So my parents, they were pretty lost, just like me. So my personal golf coach and then my friends' parents and my team who already went through the process, they were huge supports, a huge support system for me. And so then with my kind of process with starting was just I developed a list. I used golf stats, so I'm sure many other sports they would have something like that listed all of the NCAA schools, and I would go through and I would look at the team, look if it met my criteria, look at the school, see if they had the program business that I wanted to. Because I've heard of a lot of from coaches like players email them being like, hi, I want to go into whatever, and their school doesn't even have that program. So I made sure to do my research for each school. Then I would just kind of send emails. Like Coach said before, I would personalize it, never send an email with just saying, dear coach, or have the wrong name of the coach or the wrong school. That's a big no-no, and you just wasted yours and the coach's time. And I know it's very difficult to not hear back from schools or not hear, I think I've sent around like 80 emails to schools, and I would only hear back from 30 or 20, and then 10 of them would be like, oh, we've already filled our spots. So don't give up, because you will find a school that fits for you. But it may just take 20 more emails for you to find that. And then the advice that I would have for you guys, for me, golf is a very individual sport. So me finding a coach and a support system that I would fit into well was very important for me. Yes, I am on a team with 9 other girls. However, when I'm on the golf course, it is just me. I'm allowed to have my coach out there and talk to him and talk through my shots with him. So that was really important to me, especially being 18 years old, like moving to a different country. You really want to make sure you have that good support system. And for me, that was through my coach. So making sure I had some like good vibes from him, and like he could fit the needs that I wanted. And then the support system, whether that's at the school or back home, my parents, they're very happy for me, and they call me many times throughout the day. But also, like Coach and Tisa have been saying, support through athletics at CMU was a big factor for me when choosing my schools. And since being here, I've struggled a couple with my classes, and I have bi-weekly meetings with my academic advisor, and I got set up with a tutor immediately, and I meet with her twice a week. She's also an athlete. She plays on the lacrosse team. So my tutor gets it, she understands, which is really nice. And then Brooke, like Coach said as well, the transition, especially with COVID, I had to quarantine when I first got here. That was hard. We had fruit flies in our room. It wasn't a good time. But no, Brooke, she's awesome. So is like the athletic trainers, everyone. I can send my trainer a text like at like 8 in the morning, hey, my back hurts, and he'll come and do dry needling or cupping or whatever I need. And then find a good fit for you. A lot of schools, there's a lot of options out there depending on your sport. I know, yeah, but if you're kind of in one of those baseline sports, there's a lot of schools, and just making sure that the school is a good fit for you. You will be here for 4 years. So you don't want to be pressured into a school, whether that's pressure from the coach, from your family, like your friends, like a friend that went there, like just find a school that fits your needs and what you're looking for. And then lastly, just don't give up. One thing my dad would always tell me back home before I came here was, now that I signed and committed to CMU, my journey isn't done. And being here, like, I'm still working out. I'm working harder than I did before. We're practicing 5-6 times a week. I'm working out 5 times a week because I want to get better, and that is part of the journey with playing a collegiate sport. Is you got here and it's awesome that you'll get that scholarship, and depending on your goals, you want to keep working towards that, because even though you are treated and it is a luxury to have your school paid for and have all the perks of being a student athlete, you do have a job and yeah, so just once you get that, don't give up, and don't give up on the recruiting process as well. So a day in the life. So like Coach was saying, a day in the life is very different for me than it is for other athletes. So in the spring semester, I have workouts Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's in the fall. And then in the spring semester, I have workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have workouts from 6 to 7:15. Right now, we are in that football field. Another team is in the weight room. So we are just in the football field, and we have weights out there. So that's looking a bit different because of COVID this year, but it looks different every year, So, and then the protein shake and the breakfast. So like what Coach was saying, again, we get these little baggies of breakfast, which with fruit and protein bars and vitamins, which is awesome. I also, before my class starts, I go to the cafeteria and I get a bagel just because I eat a lot. And then we have class from 8 to 12 every day. And then we go for our team lunch. And then we get picked up around 1:40. So within that time between 12 and 1:40, I usually take a nap, not gonna lie, or I do homework if I have a lot of homework. So yeah, that's kind of a chill out time, which is nice. And then practice from 2 to 5:30. So then we go, our facility is about 10 minutes off campus, so it's not too bad. And then we have a team practice, and then team dinner, whether that's we go somewhere else with the coach, back to his house, or just on campus. And then homework and free time is kind of after 7 o'clock, which is nice. And I've quickly learned that there's not much free time after dinner, and I need to get my homework done if I don't want to be stressing for the last couple of days. And then on our travel days, obviously it looks different this year as well. We've just been traveling within the state, but usually we travel all over the country for tournaments, because playing golf, we have to be outside, and it's gonna snow here pretty soon anyways. So yeah, we travel a lot. So usually our travel days we get up at 7:30 and have breakfast, and leave by 8, and then travel, and we usually do homework. So it's nice. We've been blessed with our sponsors. We have a nice bougie van with tables and everything that we get to do our homework at. And then we arrive at the course, and then team lunch, and then depending on our season and kind of what's up with our season, we play 18 or 36 holes. So that varies as well. Then team dinner, usually at the course or somewhere else, which is always a lot of fun, and really good food, which is a nice from getting away from cafeteria food. Even though it is pretty good, it's nice to get that break. And then leave the course at 10 and then travel back. And we usually do some homework or nap on the bus again. So the CMU Experience, like Coach was saying, I live in Chilani, which is kind of an athlete's dorm. So I live with 3 roommates that are on my team. And what I like about Chilani is I have my own individual room. So you have 4 individual rooms, 2 bathrooms, and then a main space. It's really nice, especially living with 3 girls that I'm on the same team with. I see them 24/7. So it's nice to kind of have my own space and like do my own thing. At the end of the day, I can just go in there and have like my alone time. So my roommates, I'll just talk with them for a bit. So one of them is from Malaysia and she's a freshman. The other one is a sophomore from Spain. And then the other one is from Georgia. So we're all very diverse. And that's what I loved coming to CMU is because there's so much diversity in between the students and the faculty and everywhere around. So I love living on campus. And the food is awesome. The smoothies are amazing, even though we don't have them this year. But yeah, lots of support. Like Coach was saying again, like just with the faculty and like with tutoring, like through academic and athletic, like there's lots of support. Spare spots in Mount Pleasant, I'm gonna say Doozies, and I'm also, just because I'm talking to a bunch of Canadians, there's a Tim Hortons. It's like a 5-minute walk. I'm there every day. A lot of my money goes there. That was one of the big factors for me when I came and visited. I saw the Tims. I was like, okay, I'm coming. Like, yeah. So there's Doozies. Doozies is really cool though too. It's like drive-through. You never leave your car. And you just like sit there and people just bring you the ice cream. It's so much fun. It's also cheap and good. So yeah, Doozies and Tim's, that's where I spend most of my money off campus. And then the IAC and the SAC and the Rose Center, it's a very cool experience. Like it's just a building and the new Champion Center, of course, but it's just like, you get that full like athletic, like NCAA, like Div 1 feeling that like, just makes you feel like really good. I don't know, it might just be me, but it's just the whole culture about it and the community, like we were talking before. It's just such a cool environment. And going to the like basketball court, like I poke my head in there, even though there's no one in there, I still like poke my head in and I look, and it's just like, it's such a cool experience because you're just a part of something and the Chippewa culture. And yeah. And then my free time, I work out. Me and the Claudia, a girl on my team, we do extra workouts 3 times a week. I don't know why, but yeah, we do. And then homework and just kind of hang out. When we try to get all of our homework done Friday, because we have weekends off usually, which is really nice. And so we just hang out and kind of catch up on our sleep and go. It looks a little different this year with COVID. Obviously, we can't really socialize with a lot of other people. Just got to stay on the safe side. But yeah, so that's pretty much my free time, but I'm not complaining. And then managing your time. So with me, if I'm having a bad day, like in golf, or if I'm struggling with a class, or if I'm at workouts at 6 a.m. and I really don't want to go, I just keep thinking to myself, like, why am I here? Like, this is the reason why I moved. This is the reason why I left my family and like moved to a new country, was for this experience, because I'm furthering my education. I'm furthering my athletic ability, even though I don't want to play on the LPGA tour or any of that. I'm still here, and I made a commitment to myself, to my family, to my coach, to my teammates. So just when you reach the point in your collegiate experience, and you're having a tough day, just kind of remember why you're there and don't give up. And so plan your week out and be organized. So it's a very important thing that I do, and that I've been learning to do. So I have a daily planner. Every Sunday I write kind of my week out with my assignments and everything. And then I have a whiteboard as well hanging in my room above my desk. I have all my homework due for that week. And then I have my practice schedule, and then any other schedule or events that I have going on that week. That's really helped me, because I've really learned that I need to stay on top of my academics, especially it being online this year. And I believe it's going to be high flex again just next semester they've announced. It's a thing, things sneak up on you because you can get overwhelmed with everything and you can, oh, it's online, like it's okay, like all of that. So things do sneak up on you. So having good time management and being able to kind of see all of your assignments and see your week is important. And then balance your schedule. Just make sure that, I know collegiate athletes, it's a lot. It is a lot of your sport, it's a lot of school, it's a lot of your team, that atmosphere. So just making sure that you're able to do all of that and still maintain a good mental health is very important.